Project Scan, Technical Site Survey Report. With the Project Scan process, we will be able to minimize inaccuracies that affect overall planning, and with close to 100% accuracy on information, we will all
Jasper nag-mute.
Yes?
Parang nawala yung audio.
Hindi marinig. Pag mute ko. Sorry. Okay. Narinig
demo
siya.
production.
Yan, sir. Okay.
Technical Site Survey Creation. Log in using your network credential. Go click TSSR dash.
Sir's advice ko lang for all Globe employee as well as the ones with Globe email address. Usually you already have created, there is already created profile under Maximo. But just in case, if you want to clarify, submit all the profiles and ask Iskatch Alejo for clarification. Tama, Gian? Gian, are you still here? Gian.
Sketch Alejo.
Yes, Iskatch Alejo is the one handling the profiles under Maximo. And then separate requests if you do have a profile, request that the project scan should be included on those that you can see on Maximo. Right, Gian? Gian?
Hello po, sir. Yes po.
Iskatch Alejo pa rin, di ba?
Nag-message na po si sir. Sketch Alejo daw, sir.
Yes. For all this information, maybe you have been using Maximo already for any other process, any other project, but you may not be able to see the TSSR part. So you just request either to Sketch or through, I'm not sure if it's Carl. Carl is here. Carl, are you the one handling project scan profiles already, or is there someone else? Carl?
Yes. I'm the one.
You'll be the one handling, okay. So if you do confirm that you have a Maximo profile and you can access Maximo already, request separately for the creation of the TSSR under your respective profile. In addition, when we are talking about vendor, this is a separate discussion since you need to file an SR for ISG to create a profile for network login. Not necessarily a Globe email, but a network login. You will be provided with one, and then again, request Sketch to create the profile in Maximo so that you can access Maximo. And then afterwards, if you want project scan, request through Card Brian Francisco.
Or tab. On the application portlet, click New Technical Site Survey Report. You will be landed in the main tab. In the reference work order number field, input work order number that was endorsed by the proponent. Then click the Save icon to populate the All Assets that were currently installed in the Site Information section, the Address Information section, and for the TSSR Details section to be completed based on the PLA ID. On the Site Information section, fill in first the nomination field, and then FDB verse field. Click Save icon once done. In the CC email field, specify additional email addresses of vendors that need to be notified. To do a survey on Basic Information tab, fill out the Site Information, Basic Information section, accessible to vehicle and not accessible to vehicle. Note, updating of asset under the assigned tab that is being surveyed by a vendor depends on his scope. To proceed, click Status Tag Select Value icon. Select the desired one from the option. Then click Save icon. Click the Status Tag View Details icon to update the asset details. Scroll down to go to the tower leg or pole section, and click New Row button. Fill in the height, mast or leg size, tower leg distance, and remarks fields. Next is the site location and obstruction section. Note: use Mozilla Firefox browser when you have to add a picture. To add a picture, click the long description icon. Copy the respected actual site picture, and then paste. Click OK button once done. Do the same step of adding pictures for GPS, antenna, picture of site and tower. For the type of vehicle that can pass, click the drop-down button to select the desired value. Then add a picture for nearest access road. Click Save icon once done. For MW Antenna Proposal tab, on the General Information section, tick the box if there's enough space to install the microwave antenna of this project. Then input for facing. To propose a microwave antenna, click New Row button, then save the record to auto-generate the asset number. To proceed, input details of the following fields. To add a picture, click the long description icon. To do a survey on microwave antenna summary tab, click status tag select value icon, and select the desired one from the option to update information. To do a survey on RF,
Okay, that's for microwave antenna proposal and microwave antenna summary. As I pointed out a while ago, microwave antenna summary, we need to update that information as well to populate our ultimate database with respect to the PLA ID. So you input all this information as well as all the required respective data. So do we still need to go through the other domains, or will that be enough from your side for microwave antenna? As I pointed out a while ago, we have not yet configured or added information specifically for transport. These are only for microwave antenna and microwave antenna proposal, as well as you can see in here OSP ODF details later on, which may be included for the required transport on site. But when we're dealing with actual transport project that may involve large fiber installation, I don't know if the WDM or any other transport you need to install. We have not yet configured this as such, and we may
So,
need your inputs for that.
Sir Jasper, for the transport equipment like WDM, the Datacom, it's not yet there's no there's no template to show us for
No added template specific to that requirement, because that would need details from your side for us to include on the scan configuration. So if your projects involves those things, we may need to start discussing on what to include on the TSSR. Example, you may need to provide us with your actual TSSR so that we can compare it with what we configured, and then finalize what needed to be additionally uploaded.
Ayun. Kasi Sir Jasper, the current audience right now mostly is handling yung transport, no? WDM, the Datacom portion. So, yun. So it is not yet finalized pala on that.
We have not received the WDM or those major transport projects as well as TSSR. So we have no basis. So what we can do right now, if you want to trigger or you are planning to do so with the transport, we can start discussing and compare it with the actual TSSR process or configured TSSR, and then compare what is missing and what
Yes, sir. We
Yeah.
should start na kasi what what our bosses is expecting from us is we are already using this project scan on the transport and on the data
Oh,
conversion.
okay.
So we should start na pala, Sir Jasper.
Yes, yes.
Let's start engaging na yung
I need to ask Carl and Gian. Uh, how do we trigger, if ever, that would mean additional scan enhancement and focusing on the transport part? Filing ng TC, Gian? Carl?
Hello, sir. Narinig na po.
Yes.
yes, Sir Dian.
SR lang
Siguro,
ulit, no?
yes, sir. Then, siguro, sir, DSUS for the transport part.
Okay.
Andito naman po, sir, sina PR.
The first
DSUS.
the first one that we need to file through Maximo service request is to have an additional enhancement on scan that will include the transport part. Meron na siyang transport part, but we need to highlight that this is talking about the WDM and all the other data that you need. So, mag-provide lang ng TSSR. And then afterwards, mag-provide ata si OSS ng requirement, bibigyan kayo ng sarili nyong BRM. And then afterwards, si BRM, yung manager na makikipag-coordinate sa inyo, PM, will require you to submit DSUS, design stories, user stories, wherein input nyo kung ano ba yung gusto nyo, what is it is you need, and what it is you want to be completed and included on this scan. And then someone
okay.
will help you on the idea canvas, parang presentation lang siya. The one I discussed a while ago, it's almost the same. Wherein you will be highlighting because they'll be submitting to management for respective approval as well.
Okay, sir. So sir, who will file yung SR? Through Maxim.
From your side na, sir.
Sa side na po.
They will be coordinating with you. You'll be the proponent, and we will just be coordinating with you, parang liaison officer lang, so that we can coordinate as well with OSS. And aside from that, since given the fact that we are the ones handling projects scan before, matutulungan din namin kayo on any and all concerns with regards to existing process and project scan.
Okay, sir. Sige yung pala. I thought sir Jasper, that it is designed already to cater yung transport TSSR.
Not yet, sir. As I pointed out before kina Ma'am Carol when we started discussing this,
Discussing, yes, sir.
it is not yet configured for major transport since we did not. The first TSSR, the only TSSRs we received before was with respect to expansion, which is why, as you can see in here, it is focused on wireless expansion.
Okay. So that's why when I think Huawei tried to use this template, no? I think, William, this is your concern, no? Correct me if I'm right. You raised concern, I think, last January that is not aligned with the transport scope. No? Is it that that scenario? Yeah. I think you raised something about SCAD last January. William?
Yes, hello, Rich. Good morning.
Yeah.
Kasi the expectation last time was on the flow management side that we're using the project right, on transport project. But this is initially or was started engagement with wireless already. No? So for the past year, no, they have done some integration. So I think what we're going to do, no, I think Colin here, Earl, and Kay here as well. No? We will be going through the same process that what Marlis did. No? Yun yung aming nakitang option. So let's see, no. Siguro ang quick question ko lang dito is, are those access that will be given to HT and HT partners will be enough, no? The user access. we can provide access, username and access to our partners like subcontractors. Because most of our surveys are being done through partners, like, if not HP personnel most. So yun yung first question, and second question is yung uh, are we the process of which we have to integrate this to our ICT. Yun lang, Rich, no? Because it might entail us double work, no? Because we're doing site surveys through template and we upload it on ICT. And if there's another system like this, no, if manually input, it's discussion, no? Yun yung sinabi ko kay Christian last time. Okay.
Ah, okay. Sige.
You're with HT, right? Or
Yes, Sir Jasper. William is
Huawei.
from HP.
Okay, just to highlight and just to update you as well with respect to Project Scan adoption. Although we've started and Nokia started using Project Scan for a respective project, moving forward, we are currently discussing options again, given the fact that Huawei is have requested that they continue using ISDP instead of Project Scan. So the initial discussion was that, well, supposed to be Nokia and other super vendors under Globe will be using Project Scan directly in Maximo. Huawei will be using their ISDP. So there was a discussion wherein ISDP was supposed to be integrated with Maximo because Huawei insists that they use ISDP for their TSSR process.
Yeah.
The problem at the moment is that there are concerns again with how long it will take them to do that, and if indeed ISDP can accommodate the change in the configuration. Since ISDP was designed for milestone build information, and Maximo Ultimate Database is focused on asset database management. So now the discussion is with respect to skin. We are supposed to have an ISDP skin where we are supposed to have a Globe ISDP skin, and those skins will be the ones syncing with each other instead of ISDP directly with Maximo. So that's the last update, and we're still finalizing on how or what will be done with respect to the migration or integration or synchronization of ISDP with Maximo. So that may be the reason why William is saying that is also one concern from their side. Huawei insists that they use ISDP, and if indeed we cannot do the synchronization, they may need to do it twice and redo the TSSR again under Project Scan, just so we have the needed data for our Maximo.
Yes, Jasper. Actually, the update you gave is also what we're discussing with our wireless counterpart, no? And we are closely monitoring this. Yeah, the project is managed by so many. Siguro lang is just to make everybody aware, no, or probably to accept, no, yung surveys natin for Transmart is much easier, no, in terms of compared to wireless, no, there's a lot of antennas, no, of course except microwave, but for transport naman, more major nodes natin, WDM, Dictacom, no, or enterprise nodes, mostly ang tatlo lang naman ang aming pinipinan here, mostly space, no, majority space, power, no, and of course yung fiber and some power details to be gathered, no. So much less data information is going to be I think input, no, and yun nga, microwave is different, but we discuss that separately, no, on antenna. Nowadays, this is much, no. So from us, no, I would like to say na yun nga, we would like to push pa rin sa ICT integration. So we could properly, maybe automate it, no, in terms of that. Okay. We will adjust this based on as we progress in the discussion first, no.
Jasper, one question. Sorry, Rich.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this project is can can be accessed by the surveyor on site so that they can fill up the form on real time.
As long as they have an internet connection, yes.
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 So it's the same process as ISDP. So
Okay.
this is yeah. So we can eliminate ISDP. Sorry, William.
If in any case that was also the design before,
Yes,
you
of
input
course.
this information right there on site.
Correct. It's the same. This is the same process as ISDP. So you will just have to process in.
One of the
Wow.
major it as advised before by the different vendors, and even Huawei, when we were discussing this with the vendors of Huawei, subcontractors of Huawei, they appreciated the fact that when you input the PLA ID, the data from existing asset or what we have in Maximo is already populated on that form instead of them inputting one by one. So when you put PLA ID, automatically the coordinates are there, the site name is there, and all the existing asset information are there instead of them doing it one after the other.
Yeah. The process for ISDP is they have to access the ISDP on site and then put all the information on the TSSR, and then this will be approved by for example, by the TSSR reviewer in the Huawei. So
Yes.
before it goes to the GT approver. Facility, transport, and or implementation. So in this case, if I make the data on sites, when will it go? It will go directly to the approver of the globe.
Yes, agile.
Okay, it goes to Agile. So,
And you well,
but
I'm not sure if it's the same with transport. It may be different and not necessarily agile, but direct with national transport or TND, IMP. So we can configure that accordingly with respect to what is required from your group. If your process involves national domain approving instead of agile regional, we can do that as well, specific for transport only processes.
okay, in ISDP, we can see how many are we the survey is done and how many is pending with the approver, first, second, third approver. Is it the same in this project scan? You can see the how many survey, how many person, second approver.
When you open the TSSR dashboard and you want to open a specific TSSR you've submitted, you can see where the current approval is in. If it is approved first initially by all domains or just one domain, and then you can also see if they approve in finality for the second one, meaning everyone already approved it. So you can see the status, you can see if we want to the SLA and how long it took for them to approve, as well as how long it took from your submission up to approval. So those things you can request on dashboard, and you can request a report so that you can see the life cycle of each and every TSSR.
Okay, a request to my proponent. The dashboard, or I can see it in the project scan system.
You can see the location or current status of the TSSR and where it is at the moment. But if you want a report for all the TSSR under you, you can also request a dashboard readily available for you to see in real time how many TSSRs you have submitted, how many is approved, how many is initially approved, those kind of things.
Request on the system.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir Jasper, during the creation specifically for transport, we can design it that way, or we can request it with the OSS on how we want to view our dashboard. Depends on something like that.
The report partner of Maximo Ultimate Database is Cognos. Correct me, Gian, if or additional info if ever.
The Cognos is the one that produces those reports. What Cognos does is extract the information from Maximo and provide you accordingly on what you required on the dashboard or the report itself.